Welcome to another video on my walking robot Mirft2 based on a fischertechnik TXT controller. Last time I did some reconstruction on the frame and a test showed that it did not entirely go as intended. Also the programming, programming has been improved, not entirely correct yet, but it's coming a big way. Now, from the situation that the robot is standing now, reveals that something is still off in another way. It is completely kneeled, and that is obviously not the intention. So, after some thinking, it is quite obvious that the front and the hand leg should be at the same position. So this one has to turn into that. So let's first do that. Like this. And if I get the other one on the other side on the same way, it becomes clear that that is indeed the solution. Also, like I figured already out with my other robot Mirft, the original one, it will be these two versus the other one in the middle and the other ones other, including this one. So I have to change a little bit. Apart from that, there are still some construction weaknesses. First of all, this leg is built like this one, an assembled one, but much stronger. And I want these exactly the same way. So that is what I'm going to do first. So remove this and move this one in. If it lets me. Alright, that is one. Then of course this one goes the same way. And the question is a bit, right. Hold it exactly the same, so I have to put this like this one, and this one goes exactly the same way. Alright, so that's one. Another point is this construction has to be much more stable. So it will be like this one with some parts under, like this, and then this one in between to keep it safe, to keep it together. For that I need some reconstruction. So let's see how this is going to work out. If it works out nicely. And another one comes off, but that's no problem for now. So I need first this one. And I think I should remove this one entirely. So this one should go in, but first this one, then this one, and that is better. And then this one should go over there. Finalizing with this one. And this one should go the same way. And let's first mount this part. And this is much stabler already. And then this one goes on. And now all that remains is this. So, this also has to be done on the other side, and how to do this one I have yet to figure out. I've almost completed the reconstruction of this right side of the front leg guiding, but I have yet to replace the legs, so let's do that. And the front and the hind leg are already at the same height, so that's good. The only thing that is a little problematic now is this. This one has a 30 piece, but I'm out of 30 pieces here, so in comes this one, which can be used as such. Sometimes you need to improvise. This is one. And that's two. Remains a problem with this. Well, this has no real need to stabilize in the same way, but this gap is a lot wider. You don't need glasses to see that. So, how am I going to change this? The first two will never be used. It is on the third one and the fourth one. So the question is, do I have something that may be of aid? Well, the problem is also I can't use on both sides because that closes the gap entirely. So should I be using it something right here? That may just be an option. Although when turning around, I would rather have something here that just goes like this right through this gap. Although it hasn't been proven yet that that works, but right now it looks like much more stable already. And even in this case, these supporting wheels may have to go, or will go. Anyway, for this, how to do it, is a very good question. A double piece of this is unlikely, although that may just work. Let's think about it. While thinking about this gap, another thing is quite clear. This leg is under a much bigger angle than these two. Well, first of all, that is quite logical because it is lower than this one, but this whole gear is lower, and it turns out that it is about this distance. So what I figure is that I should replace this leg by a shorter one, which has to be assembled. So let me replace this one by this one. And hopefully that will work out better. It will have to prove itself, but I think this is a better solution. The gear is lower, so the leg to the floor is shorter. And I will have to do that on the other side as well. And then I'm back at the idea how to not widen, but shorten the gap, and I still don't know exactly. I did have an idea by putting this inside, but I have to connect this in that case with this part, and the only solution I could think of will just hinder it. Like this, if I connect it, it will somehow stick out, and this is not what I want. So I still have to find out something. I have put an improvisation right here on the left side, and it's a shorter one just on the just like on the right side, that I showed you earlier. And since I am running now on the original firmware, I have, I've taken my Android and set the software as ready. I hope the software doesn't have any quirks, so let's just start it and see whatever happens without manual intervention. So I hope that the rattling is as minimized as possible, and let's go for it. Well, so much for so much for a flawless running. And I really have a problem now stopping it. And you still hear everything rattling. Also here you see quite a lot of hesitation in the whole running. And for now I have a problem stopping it. So what if I break the connection? Yes, that was it. Break the connection. So why does it go wrong? Why does it hesitate so much? Well, this is because of the guidance, but that was not a problem. The big problem is that for some reason the motor seems to hesitate. And I don't like that idea at all. So now I am, well, here is a little problem. It is not exactly aligned here. It's a little bit off. But the other ideas, the other gears, look like nicely aligned. Here as well. Everything is aligned and stable. So why do I hear rattling? Although that may be caused by something like this. Although the teeth grip in each other, it's not 100% perfect, which may be a reason. But then again, what I clearly observed is that it hesitated. Why did it hesitate? Are some wires off? No, because it just runs again. So this is a very important question right now. I do see here something that could get into the gear. So I really have to fix that in any way. Let me for now just turn it away from it. Is there anything else that can go into gears? This maybe. I don't see any imminent danger. Well, I do see here something, but connector that goes out. But then again, nothing really alarming. So, okay, I will go to the community firmware now and see if it does exactly the same. I have put it into the community firmware. That means that I am now using the laptop. Right here, the command is ready to let it run. So let's observe what will happen. And for safety reason, I will lift it by hand, just to see whatever may occur. And the same thing happens. There's some rattling. Okay. So this means there is a flaw in the mechanical part. And this red one isn't. There is some hesitation, which is mechanical obviously, but how? Why didn't that happen before? Is that something motorical? With this I can't see. Maybe the screen output will tell something. So let's first go look at that. That sounds to me like a good idea. Or no, wait, one more attempt. Alright, same thing. Some hesitation. Oh, do I observe the same thing when I turn it around? That may just be the case. So, turning it around. I forgot to do that with the original firmware, so I have to do that. Alright, run it. Here is no hesitation. No hesitation on this side. So that's kind of odd. What is going on this side? I can't tell, obviously, without going to watch the screen output. Maybe some clues there. So now we are looking at the screen output, and first we are looking at the right side. Well, we were looking at the right side, but they are just the sensors. And what can we see? The big difference. So if I go entirely to the start, here is a very little difference. Hardly any difference considering the distance done. Here is a little bit odd. Let's go back, because here it is the other way. 2 is smaller than 3, and here 2, and here suddenly 3 becomes small. No, this is here is 2 larger than 3. I shouldn't look at the difference, but at the real numbers. And then you see that here 2 is larger than 3 again. Did I start something anew? Yes, I started here anew, but oh, this is a remarkable thing. Look at here. Now, why does it jump? Here it begins, and the beginning is 1324. That is remarkable. Like it remembers this while the program has restarted, and here it just starts counting again. How is that possible? Now I restarted it again and again, but this is a remarkable result, and I can't explain it, to be honest. Alright, so let's get back to the original firmware. and see what that gives. This is, to say the least, odd. Alright, so back to the original firmware and back to Android. Now the question is, will the behavior be exactly the same? So let me start by turning this around. A bit clumsy, but it's the way it is. Alright. And see how the output goes. Really? Now it doesn't continue, it just stops. Just like that. So let's do it again. Running. And it just stops again. So, turning it around. What is going on? No cables, in danger zones. Third time running it. Well, here still delay, and now it keeps running. Okay, now I was able to press Ctrl C. So let's see what happens. Also here you see differences. By 1000. Okay, why doesn't it go further back? Probably because there is a limit in scrolling back, unfortunately. But the difference is undeniable. So I suspect there is a problem with the motor somehow. Because these are pulses generated by the motor, counted by the controller, and these are the counters used by the motors. So I suspect there is a problem in either with the motor or with the connection. Well, or by the controller. That's also possible. And I have no clue what it is. This leaves something to find out for next time, I think. So, with this result, what did I do? Reconstruct the guidance, put in some legs, and some improvisation, and testing, does it work or not? Well, not as good as I hoped, with some strange results, to be fair. Yeah, that's it for now. So, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't done so already, and you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram please visit my website, which is listed in either in front of the video or under the video. Please also consider to make a small donation if you like my videos. More information, also see my website. And this is obviously going to be continued. So, bye bye.